For any system to grow, you need good fundamentals and good teachers to teach you practically.
Don't look at me in my physics. Look at what I think. Don't look at what I think. See what mind is. Don't look at my mind. See my work. I like to be called as homeopath, a teacher.
I can only do to my students, come sit with me, experience what I am experiencing, and if you are failure, come back to me.
Right.
And which you will never be.
Right. This is the commitment from both the sides.
More
And-
on teacher.
Yes, and
More
this
on-
made man of us. Do we agree? Huh?
Yes.
Because we had such a passionate teacher, such a dedicated,
Mentoring, teaching beyond classroom, teaching that happens when your regular classroom lecture is over and life begins. Here are my three teachers. I have never ever attended their classroom lectures. The way in which they have influenced my life and lives of thousands of homeopathic doctors in India as well as abroad is beyond imagination. They have taught us not only homeopathy but life lessons. The teaching continues for years together, and the teaching is free of cost. The mentoring that continues till the teacher and student are at a different level of understanding and evolution.
Alexander, he conquered lands after lands. He had a harem full of beautiful women. Lots of jewelry he could conquer. He said when he came to India, you can conquer the boundaries and lands. You can make your harem go richer and richer. You can have jewelries. But to conquer the hearts of people where you rule, it was impossible in India because of the Guru Shishya Parampara. And he said, I did conquer the land, but I could not conquer the hearts of Indians. And that's what I say. It was because of Guru Shishya Parampara. I mean, and I wish homeopathy world over is conquered by teaching them, by creating gurus who converts homeopath into committed homeopath, committed for the system, committed for the mankind. In Indian language, what I say, Guru Shishya Parampara is a privileged relationship between a student and a teacher. There's much more in a teacher, the motivator, the supporter, the aspiring being in the relationship. And that's where you can make homeopathy go deeper and longer and global.
There are a lot of shades to Dr. Kishore Mehta. For students like me, he is a guide, philosopher. Even sometimes, most of the people will think he is a good friend also. Even for the student, it's not only sharing his knowledge specifically about the homeopathy with the students, but he has touched his golden arms to his students' life, personal life. Whenever they feel the student needs something more than just medical science or medical education, his philosophy, his guidance has always helped students to achieve, to get a good life, to understand what is life, to enjoy life, to evolve themselves. Any teacher who is very good at his soul always prefer that his students should evolve as much as possible. And that's what Dr. Kishore Mehta in a nutshell.
As far as the experience in homeopathic world is concerned, my best experience was when I was again taken up by my teacher Dr. M.L. Dhode, whom I left learning from him out of my ego. But again when I realized that yes, he is the only man who can give me something in my life to progress in homeopathy, I went again to him. And without a single word he says, okay, you start case taking.
Beautiful.
And that was the greatest relief. And not only greatest relief, it was something unusual experience that how such a great teacher has pardoned me. And he has just asked me to join as if nothing has happened. And that was the
A real
Yes.
example of unprejudiced observer, a practical example. Friends, see, this is what, the teachers make life. Same way with Dr. Dhawle and Dr. Mehta and all my teachers made my life. See how beautifully and simply Dr. Mehta presents. This is where a real teacher makes a difference, friends.
Look, it's very peculiar. He is my teacher, he was my teacher, 1976 when I joined college. I love my father. My father was a teacher. He is no more, I know. I became teacher. If I deny a teacher, in me, I deny my father. I deny the authority. I deny my presence. So I literally searched. And there's a calling that I have to bow down to a teacher in physical form. And that was Dr. Kishore Mehta, an epitome of organ decoding. With patience, not in talking, not in classroom lectures. I need blessings of a guru, and that's what he is.
Dr. Patel, we always in homeopathy, there are particular thought process of symbolizing and then understanding their personality. Whenever I think of Dr. Patel, the first thing comes is his love for BMW. What BMW stands for? BMW stands for two things. One is speed and second is power. If you see his way of prescription, if you see his way of understanding the patient as far as a homeopath, always you will find he's quick to perceive a patient, quick to describe, quick to prescribe. So that's what Dr. Patel is.
Dr. Craig Prahlad was one of my teachers when I was working in government hospital. Tall, working with Punjab Keshri, always styled and well spoken. I feel you should be with the time. And homeopathy actually is most modern in approach, most appropriate in approach. And dresses don't matter much, carrying don't matter much. Carrying the right information, carrying the right knowledge, carrying the right module to deliver to needy. 1, to create teachers. 2, to spread homeopathy. 3, to heal patients. And homeopathy should be well deep inside, very difficult to uproot. We need to go to that level. Style doesn't matter. The matter matters.
Dr. Jay Patel. When I was a student, Dr. Jay Patel was the style icon of homeopathic field. We were on the same page, being in a teaching profession. We shared the same space for last 23 years. But it took a lot of time for me to understand a true man, a true mentor, a kind-hearted teacher, a true teacher who has guided people like me from time to time and helped them evolve as a human being, and as a homeopathic doctor. Perfect.
When I started, it has taken 45 long years to reach this. I would give this credit to my teachers, my gurus, my parents, and the God. The more you shift and more you understand in life, the respect goes to some power which is much higher than what we could even dream of.
Dr. Jawahar Shah is, I will say, a person with a strong leadership qualities. What a leader is? A leader has to be a very good visionary. A leader always sees where others are not able to even think of. And that best quality you will have in Dr. Jawahar Shah.
One phase is you were student, you became doctor, and after doctor, you started developing interest in making homeopathy easy for practice through certain technology which was modern at that time. Hardly there were any program available to the world about repertorization, about various subjects of materia medica to be learned in one particular program. I think you are the first person to start with. That was one aspect of yours. Mm-hmm. Second aspect of yours is as a professional, as a practitioner, as a leader, and as a human being. All this thing goes in a very straight line. I don't find any fracture in your thinking, feeling, action, behavior, and your purpose. Hats off to you. I'm proud of you to be your teacher. Really proud of you to be teacher. I could not just stand any student who could not speak the right word or could not take the proper case taking or cannot come to certain conclusion or cannot decide anything. And it used to give me tremendous anger, and not only anger, I used to shout and scream at them and many a time ask them to get out. That was what my nature was in the initial stage of my being teacher. But more and more I was with Dr. Dhaule and Dr. Kasat. They gave me insight. Dr. Mehta, change your attitude. And this played another big role in my life. What attitude I should have with my students, with my patients? Do I have to expect the same thing what I have in me from them? That is my way of teaching to my students. Or what Vivekananda taught me in the philosophy of life and education, that I must bring out from the students the potentiality is there within them and then nurture them and grow them. This was so much struck upon me by my teacher that Dr. Mehta, please change your attitude. Because I was aggressive with them also, to my teachers also. And then I realized that my aggression was not my nature, it was my dissatisfaction. And this is what wisdom one talks of. One has to achieve through experience and try to understand the self first. Understand the good points and bad points of my own self by analyzing myself, by evaluating my action, evaluating my results in my life.
In India, in the homeopathic world, teacher and student relationship is a unique thing. A teacher evolves along with the student. It is said in India that when your teacher is unhappy with you, rest of the world, including Lord or God, is unhappy with you. When your teacher is happy with you, then the entire world is at your feet.
In fact, I learn more from my students than what I know. Because their mistakes makes me to realize what is required. And it is their mistake which is reflecting my mistake, maybe there hidden in my mind, which has not come up on surface. So every teacher must be open to his student. And as I told you, my experience, that I had a mouth ulcers for last almost 6 to 7 months, not getting healed by so many medicines that I have took. And it was after 2 extraction. And today you can see my mouth. And my student, let me name him, Dr. Shailendra. We just happened to meet when we were going out somewhere, and he suggested me to take gunpowder. And mind well, it is now about a month that I have been taking gunpowder. You can see my mouth open, healing occurring, which earlier even I could not do it. I asked many other doctors also of homeopathic, who were my students, my seniors also. And Dr. Shailendra, with whatever knowledge is that he had, he could judge and gave me the medicine. They are not students. Student and teacher is Guru Shishya Parampara. At one time Guru is a Shishya, and at other time Shishya is a Guru. And that parampara goes on and on, generation to generation. Who knows in which birth I was his student, as we know very well.
Dr. Jawahar Shah, being a good teacher and a mentor to thousands of doctors, have included his idea of global mentorship, mentoring doctors and homeopaths globally through his platform of teaching software and apps.
We have come up with a mission success is a very simple solution which does your mentoring, which trains you right from the most basic thing to the most advanced thing in life. Okay, that is mentorship, because that is required. You know what I took 45 years to achieve today, I can guarantee that in next 5 years anybody can achieve. Anybody.
Your 45 years of hard work will be put in nutshell in such a big way that they are able to do in 5 years.
5 years, they can have a fantastic income. They can have a lifestyle which they have not even dreamt of. They can have a practice, global practice, unbelievable global practice.
Dr. Jawahar Shah. I met Dr. Shah in 1995 and I was his loyal customer. But I really do not know when and why he started mentoring me and helping me out in many problems of my teaching career, both national as well as international. When I delivered my first lecture in America in 2017, he was the first person to call me and congratulate me. But when I went with my lecture, he said to me, Shailendra, throw that lecture into a dustbin. That's a crap. That's not the way you present at an international level. Then began a relationship between a taskmaster and a novice. I created that document for more than 150 times over 6 months. One fine day, he said, now you are getting what I want you to do. If you want to share your experiences on any of the international platforms, there is no better teacher than Dr. Jawahar Shah.
And it's my pleasure to create a memorable documentary on Dr. Kishore Mehta. Not only this documentary is going to represent Dr. Kishore Mehta, but it is going to enhance the sharing about homeopathy also. There will be a time where you can understand how this person is living, how this person is walking with his own principles. And when he is passing through this, each and every step gives you something to learn.
Ultimate, your desires, liking, then your profession, then evolution in the profession, and finally evolution of life is your guide.
A good teacher will never create disciples. A good teacher will always make teachers. He will create people who are like him, his mirror image. So we need good teachers in homeopathy who will pass on the legacy to the next generation. See you in the next part.